Well, this is not the video I wanted to make, but we got some big news regarding the OpTic Texas roster. What's going on, guys? Jay Hoyt back with you today. Welcome back to Call of Duty Black Ops 6. We got some great gameplay for you in the background. I'm sorry if I don't seem a little, as energetic as usual, because this is just not a situation that I wanted to talk about realistically. And of course, as you can tell, by the title, some issues with OpTic Texas, and more specifically with Pred. So don't get me wrong. What we saw last year, what we've seen from him so far, he's been an incredible Call of Duty player, one of the best to do it. But kind of out of nowhere, he gets dropped and Huke gets picked up to this roster, which we'll talk about kind of towards the end of the video. But I wanted to make this video, but I also wanted to wait until there was something confirmed, right? Something that wasn't just speculation, that wasn't rumors, that wasn't just a lot of Twitter accounts posting stuff about. I wanted to wait till some kind of truth or some kind of statement or some kind of video or post or something was released in order to kind of make this video. So I just watched back the video from Pred's Twitter account, and I want to watch it again, but I want you guys to hear it too.
Basically, chat, like, as you guys know, like, I'm playing right now back home in Australia. I didn't know it was like a sudden thing. Guys, I did not do some crazy bet on my matches. Like, I know people have been saying that, which is crazy. No, I don't have a kid. I know people saying he has a kid. I'm not a father. The honest truth is, I know people are gonna start saying, oh, gambling. Like, at the end of the day, guys, gambling's everyone's decision to make. Gamble responsibly. My problems are more to do with personal stuff that I don't really want to get too deep into. A lot of the things that I struggle with is just opening up about my stuff. Like the last 4 or 5 months, I would say, I just have been, instead of actually talking about what's been going on, I've been kind of denying it. I've been embarrassed to talk about. I just wasn't being a good version of myself. I wasn't being a good person. I'd show up to practice or whatever, and I just wouldn't be myself. I was just sad, bro. I wasn't able to compete and juggle what I'm going through right now. That's the honest truth. I just wasn't able to compete and be myself and be the best version of myself whilst competing. I have to go work on my mental health and make sure that I'm in a stable mindset to be able to just do normal shit. You guys are saying why that's cap, they unfollowed you. They unfollowed me because I'm not on the team. I don't have a timeline of when I'm going to be back. I don't really know when I can confidently say and look myself in the mirror and be I'm ready to come back. My goal is to come back after the first tournament. That's my what I set myself out, but that to me is my goal. I'm currently a free agent. Is my time on OpTic finished? I mean, it could be. I have no idea. I haven't even thought that far because once I'm ready to play, then obviously I'm going to start thinking about all that stuff and seeing what the fuck's going on. I see people saying OpTic didn't help you or OpTic didn't want to help you. OpTic did want to help me. People have fucking tried to help me. It's not that people haven't tried to help me. I was just too embarrassed to speak about my problems, and I would just shrug it off, I'd just be like, nah, I'm good, whatever it is. And obviously I wasn't. And if people are offering to help me and I'm not accepting the help, what more can those people do, what more can people do? Everyone just agreed that it was best for me to go spend time with my family and handle my just work on my mental health. Competing is my fucking number one thing in life. I mean, that's who's driven me, and my mental got to a point where I just wasn't even enjoying that. I wasn't even liking to do that. Because when you just play Call of Duty, chat, as a living and as a profession, if you guys have a bad day or you guys are upset or whatever it is, if you guys just play the game and fucking 6 hours can go by and you can be playing the game and you don't even fucking acknowledge anything that's actually going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? I have all these issues, but then I pull up to practice and it's just I'm just shooting my gun. For 6 hours, I'll come on stream, shoot my gun, and then I'll fucking go to sleep. And everything that's actually going on in my real fucking personal shit, I don't even address it. Got to the point where COD wasn't even denying it. Yeah, I just wasn't. It was just catching up to me, bro. It just caught up. It was like a fucking snowball and it just caught up to me. I just want you guys to make sure you guys still support the team crazy. Kyla's situation, Kyla joining, that kid's such a good kid. I don't want ruin his experience and whatever. Make sure you guys support them, support the team. They have done nothing wrong. Still fuck with them all. I just needed to step away from everything and basically just be with my family, work on my mental health, bro. That's the honest truth.
So he kind of broke everything down, and given what I heard from that video, as well as kind of writing down some of the stuff he was talking about, and I found a couple other Twitter posts that have kind of talked about the same thing. And he basically said he addressed the gambling rumors multiple times, very briefly, of course, and said if you want to gamble, do it responsibly. So he did say that. He says again, he didn't bet on his own matches or any CDL matches. So that was one of the biggest rumors kind of floating around. And then he also has stated that he was struggling mentally, which affected, competing, practice, relationships, friends and family. They said from personal problems he didn't want to get into, which he openly admitted that he wasn't very good at, expressing, those feelings, emotions, and everything, which honestly a lot of guys have problems with. As well as he's back home now in Australia to work on his mental health. He is allowed to play, and he is a free agent, which means he is no longer on OpTic, which sucks, right? Because I loved having him as a player on the roster, loved his energy, loved his trash talking, loved his passion that he brought on the stage. But this all is bigger than the game. And also says that he hopes to come back sometime after Major 1, depending on the situation, which is also part of what I wrote down. And he also wasn't team related and was just him dealing with whatever issues. So also he had stated that he's not a father, he doesn't have a kid, and he said he's done on OpTic for now, but might be done on OpTic fully. So that kind of means Huke's going to be around for a while. And then also said, a lot of people were saying, OpTic didn't help him, which he claimed is false, right? They did offer to help, and they did, try to help, and he turned down that help. So, I can't judge him for that, because I probably do the same thing if I'm dealing with issues that, things that are better suited to keep in and try to work on yourself. And sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. So I can't judge him for that, because I think I would almost do the same thing. So, yeah, he's back home. I'm trying to think if I missed any of the points. So he left OpTic to focus on his family and mental health. No timeline. Open to joining any team. And apparently he's still on good terms with everybody on OpTic. So I guess being said, right, I think I nailed all of the points I really wanted to get across. Being, like I said, Call of Duty wise, one of the best players, one of the best SMGs in the game. His passion he brought to the stage, winning us a championship was amazing. We appreciate everything he's ever done for us on the green wall. But this is obviously bigger than Call of Duty, right? So whatever it is, whatever he's dealing with, I hope it gets better. I hope he comes back, and whatever he feels he needs to take care of, I hope he does that. I hope he comes back. He's a better person for it. And here's the other question too: is obviously with OpTic, they're one of the best teams and one of the biggest organizations. So given that he stepped back, leaving a hole in that roster, Huke, who was doing incredible in Challengers, and most everyone was saying that the first person to get picked up from Challengers was going to be Huke. Now, Huke was on OpTic before, and actually, wasn't he there right before Pred was, if I remember correctly? So that's tough, right? So you get a really good player, and any team would snatch Huke up in a heartbeat. But then at the same time, now Pred is available, and assuming he comes back, and let's just say he's ready for Major 2 and the Major 2 split to start there, is if OpTic is willing to bring him back, do they bring him back? Right? And this is the hard part, because obviously you just won a world championship with him, but also he almost has to get back up to speed with playing again and playing on the roster if they did want to do that. But then also, what do you do with Huke, right? Because then, that's the guy that you swapped out for. So would you swap him back, make him a substitute? He would go back to Challengers, but then also, he wouldn't be in Challengers very long. Or he wouldn't be a free agent very long, where he would get picked up immediately. Almost assuming he continues on playing well and playing good enough that it's probably better than most of the league, then like what do you do there, right? It's a hard situation because you know you want to bring back the player you have, but also like you can't wait around, especially given esports and given their situation. Like you can't wait around for when he's ready, right? You had to do something now, and Huke fits in there great. Obviously, former chemistry, you know, with Shotzzy, with OpTic. So it's good that we got him and got a player that's very familiar to us and fits really well in that role. But at the same time, like, I'm just thinking of, like, what happens when Pred's back? Like, does he just move on, fresh start with a different team? Or do they bring him back in any way? I don't know how that would work. Now, the only way I could see him returning to OpTic is if they don't do well between now and then, between when he's back and right now. Like, only if they underperform, they don't play well, they don't see it, you know, the situation getting better, then maybe I see him returning. But honestly, like, I would probably, and I hate to use this term, but I'd probably bet on the fact that he will fresh start somewhere else, is what I would guess. Now, if he comes back, great. Welcome with open arms. Hopefully he's fixed all the issues. But at the same time, right, you picked up a really good player in your spot, so I don't know if there's really a road back for you, given, you know, OpTic's so far success, you know, with you and without you, that now you continue on, hopefully through the Christmas break and playing well, that I don't know if there's a road back for Pred on OpTic. Now, you look at the rest of the teams, and you could probably input him into any other team, with maybe the exception of, like, Thieves and Faze right now. But other than that, like, you're probably going to want Pred on your team. Plain and simple. So, I hope he's doing well. I hope he's getting all the help he wants and deserves. But at the same time, like, I'm going to miss him on the stage for OpTic. That's for sure. But either way, guys, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure to hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, guys, we'll see you